Okay, on to lesson 4. We're going to talk about data types here. And we are going to first start with text because in the past few lessons, we have been working with a lot of text. So here, what I have is, if you remember from the previous lessons, we're declaring a variable called name. And just ignore this part for now. Okay, we'll talk about that in a second. We have the equal sign, which is the assignment operator. Remember, a variable is like a labeled box, and you are putting the data on the right-hand side of the equal sign into the box, so that anytime you call the variable name, you are going to get back the piece of data that's inside that box. So this is declaring a new name variable with Chris as the piece of text that we're assigning to that variable. Here we have another example. This one's city, Toronto, and here's an example of empty text. Let's move on to numbers. We have integers, which you have also got exposed to in the previous lessons. So we have some examples. Integers are whole numbers, negative or positive. So 28, 1500, -5. This one you haven't seen. This is called double. And this data type works with decimal numbers. So you've got 9.99, 1.75, 3.14159. And last but not least, you have Boolean. This is either true or false. And it's useful for keeping status where there's two different states, like on or off, for example. And these are not all of the data types that Swift has, but these are 4 of the most common ones that you'll be using over and over again. Now let's go back and talk about this part of the variable declaration where we have colon followed by the data type. This part of the variable declaration is just setting the data type that is going to be stored in this variable or box, if you want to think of it that way. But if you notice on the next line where we declare city, we don't have that same colon string, and that's okay, because when you assign data into this variable, Swift is smart enough to take a look at what type of data this is, and it will automatically know that city is supposed to store string type of data. I think I failed to mention this earlier, but string is the official term used for text data. And you can think of it as a string of characters forming a piece of text. So same thing goes for here. We have colon int, which stands for integer, but we don't actually have to put that because the moment we assign 1500 into score, Swift knows that this is a integer type variable. And you might ask yourself, why do we even care about the data type of a variable? If you remember from the previous lesson, or maybe it was 2 lessons ago where I mentioned that you can only assign text data into a text variable. Same thing goes for integer variables. Score is an integer variable, and I cannot assign it a piece of text like that. It just won't work. That is because Swift is a type-safe language, which means that we have guarantees that once a variable is set to a type, you can only use it with the same type of data. So I can't assign an integer into city because city, from this line right here, Swift knows that city is a text variable or string variable. I can't even assign it a Boolean type, for example. Now, there are other programming languages that are type unsafe. I don't think they actually call it type unsafe, but you can just assign any type of data into any variable. And while you might think that's awesome, it just makes it a little harder to debug and read through and troubleshoot and maintain because there is so much flexibility. So it's a double-edged sword, more flexibility, but less safe. Let's go through the exercise now. So we talked about type inference. This is what that is called when you don't specify the type, but Swift looks at the data that you're assigning into that variable, and then it infers the data type. Talks about why we can't mix types. We talked about that. But you can convert data. So if you have a, let's say 9.99, but you want to represent this as a piece of text, you can. You can turn that into a piece of text and assign it to a text variable. And in the future, we will talk about how to do that. Okay, but let's go through the challenge together. You want to pause the video if you want to try this out for yourself. Remember, this is where the real learning happens if you try to apply the knowledge. So here's the exercise. Create a set of variables and constants to represent the following things: name, age, account balance. Remember, account balance can go into the negatives, right? And whether or not they are a premium member. Use the most appropriate type for each one and decide whether to use var or let. Remember, var is for variables, let is for constants. Constants can't change. Variables, you can update the data over and over again. So pause the video if you want to give that a try. Otherwise, we are going to do it right here. Okay, so this is the challenge part, and let's declare. We don't need this because we're not actually outputting stuff for this challenge. So for the name, how likely is it going to change? I would say not very likely, so I'm going to use a constant. But if you want to handle the case where someone might change their name, then maybe you want to use a variable. Actually, all of this stuff here is going to conflict, right? If I say let name equals Chris, for example, this is going to conflict because I already declared a variable with the same name up here. So that's probably going to cause, that's going to cause an error. But what we can do is just comment out this whole section. So if you want to comment out a section of code, instead of doing that line by line, which you could, another way to do it is commenting out a whole block. So you can do / asterisk, and then down here, asterisk /, and that comments out everything between those marks. Okay, so the next thing we have to do is age. So age changes. I'm not going to tell you my real age. Let's just say I am 29, which I'm not. Let's say balance. Account balance changes. Let's say that 100. So I'm going to use variables because that changes. And the last one was premium status. So that changes, right? Whether you could be non-premium or premium. Again, I'm going to use variable. And here, I am going to use the camel casing. So lowercase letter for the first word, and then capital letters for each word after that. And let's just say it's true. And so that's the challenge. Now, in order to deepen your understanding, there are 2 good prompts. So this one is going to quiz you. You're asking AI to quiz you about when to choose certain data types. So you can go ahead and try that out by opening up this panel and typing that in there. And this one is a good explanation of why can't you mix types. We talked about type-safe variables and how some languages doesn't care about the data type in their variables. Why is that? Put this prompt into the AI panel to find out, and I'll see you in the next lesson.